We could.
I restarted it.
Oh, it never started. You just pressed it. Oh, you restarted it.
Yeah.
Okay, so step one to the root canal procedure is to prep an access hole. As you can see, in the real world, it won't literally be 2 holes, but for study purposes, we just make 2 holes since we know that the mandibular teeth contain 2 roots. Okay, so we did that part. We're done with the access hole. So what's next, Cynthia?
We're gonna do the debridement and
Shaping of the canals. Good. So normally on the doctor's sponge, it'll have hand files and rotary files. Here at the school, we do not have an endo handpiece, but we're just acting it out. And normally this would be on a ring, but we also don't have that either, but we're making do with what we have, okay? We also have our measuring device here. So I'm just gonna kind of role play what it would look like in the office. So she would bring her pad, which contains RC prep on it, to the chin. The doctor will rub his, and now normally you won't have any bent files on the sponge, but you know, we're just practicing here, so it's not a big deal. So here's the RC prep. He'll rub it in the RC prep. He'll go into the canals and he'll begin to hand file. You see? So debride and shape the canals. He'll be hand filing. Okay. And then he'll take it out, and normally there's a stopper to kind of indicate how far down he went. The stopper kind of helps with the measuring of it. Measure, he'll put it back in, and then he'll be ready to irrigate. So grab his irrigation. The assistant will put the suction right over the canal. You're gonna squeeze. Now normally the irrigation is what? What solution is the irrigation? Sodium hypochlorite, which is AKA bleach water. Okay, so he'll do it for each canal, and the assistant will put the endo suction right over it, the surgical suction right over it. She'll take it back. She'll immediately grab her pad again, allow the doctor to get some of the RC prep, and then she'll go ahead and refill her irrigation syringe. Okay. So we're doing that, and we're just role playing. This is not to the T, but just to give the assistants an idea of what it'll look like in the office. Okay, measure. Okay. All right. So he'll do this many times throughout the procedure. He'll also have his assistant take X-rays, depending on who the doctor is and how they operate. Sometimes it can be lots and lots and lots of X-rays. And you're only going to take PAs with root canals. You will not take bite wings because we need to see the apex of the tooth. She's going to immediately grab her pad again, allow the doctor to get some RC prep. She's going to go back into the canals on a hand file. Now, if he had a rotary file, an endo handpiece, he would definitely use his rotary files, but since we don't have that, we're just gonna role play just using the hand files only. Okay. I'm gonna irrigate again. And the assistant has the suction directly over the canal. Okay. Now at this time, she'll go ahead and grab her pad again. I'm about to say working length for you right now. Okay, and then at some point throughout the procedure, the doctor will be using his measuring device here, and he'll call out working length. So he'll say mesial 20, you know, based off of whatever he measured, or buccal this or that. So he'll call that out, and the assistant will have a pen out, and she will just record the working length. So say it's distal 18, and then whatever, however he does that. So he'll just call out working length, so you have to have a pen to record that. And then once that's done, he's going to want an x-ray. Typically when they take an x-ray, they'll either leave a file in, or gutta percha, and then have you take a PA. When you go to take your PA, you want to, can I get like some, let me see if I can actually, I know these are fake. I just put 2 holes in there. I wonder if the gutta percha will actually fit. Here's the cotton plier. I wonder if it'll actually fit into there where I can kind of show you what it'll look like. Do you see that hole? The 2 holes I made, just the role play. Okay, so let's see if I can put this in there to kind of role play. Uh-oh, there you go. Okay, so this is not exactly like how it would be in the real world, but we're just role playing. So when I go to take my PA, I would typically take off the field, remove the field. I would then push my dental dam to the side, like this. And then I will put whatever I'm using to take my x-ray inside of the patient's mouth. I would tell them not to bite down. And typically, we don't have it here, but we typically they'll have like an endo XCP. So then you'll take your x-ray. And normally I don't even use this. I'll just put the sensor in and take the shot, take a picture. Okay, then once I've taken my x-ray, I'll make sure it's right. Make sure that it's showing the apex of the tooth, at least 4 to 5 millimeters beyond the apex. And then I will then put my field back on and call my doctor in to check out the x-ray, check out the photo I took. And then he'll be ready at that point. So let's just assume that the x-ray, you know, came out fine. It showed the roots, this gutta percha all the way down into the apex. And then he'll be like, okay, we're ready to fill the canals, right? So then at that point, we'll dry the canals with paper points. So what the assistant will do is, using her cotton pliers, she'll grab a bunch of paper points from out of the container, and then she'll bring it to the chin with one paper point at a time, sticking out at the doctor, because the doctor would normally have loops on, so he can't really see everything. So you want it to be obvious, like you want it to be sticking out. So if you look at how she has it here at the chin, he can easily grab the one that's sticking out, and then she'll have her other hand out for trash. So he'll dry that canal, he'll dry the next canal, and then she'll have another one just sticking out. And now normally her hand wouldn't be in the patient's face. There we go. Dry. Okay, and dry. And we're just assuming, because I can't even get these in those little holes I made. All right, and then after that, she'll grab 2 gutta percha for the doctor. And they come in different sizes, so sometimes he'll say, give me 2F2 or 2F3 or whatever type of gutta percha he's using, he'll specify. Okay. Then once the assistant hands the doctor the gutta percha, she starts to get her sealer together so she can mix it, and because we're gonna rub the gutta percha in the sealer. Sorry, let me grab both of them. So he'll kind of just make sure the gutta percha is fitting into the canal. Okay. To his liking. He'll probably play around with this a little bit, however, whatever they're doing when they're doing this. I think they're just making sure that it's gonna go in. And then at that time, she'll mix her sealer, as you can see she's doing now. On her pad, she's mixing sealer. Show the sealer. Okay, she's mixing up sealer. Okay. And then he's gonna rub the end of the gutta percha into the sealer, and then put it into the canal. Okay. And then once he's rubbed the other end, then she will begin to get her torch lit and ready to go with the glick. Okay, so you can move that down with that. Because then we're gonna burn off the excess. Again, this is just role play, not real world. Okay, she's gonna tilt her instrument to the side over the flame, and then once it's hot, she's gonna pass it a certain way. She's gonna make sure she doesn't go over the patient's face, and then she'll have a high-speed handpiece in hand to get the fly away. Okay. And then she'll also have a gauze to clean off the instrument. Okay, pinch that. Okay, And then go ahead and burn it one more time for me. When you pass it this time, try not to be in this area. Okay. No. Back up your hand a little bit. And then when you do it, you need to make sure you're not coming over the patient's face. So try it again. So keep it like in towards you, and then place it downward when you get over the transfer zone. That's better. Okay, I'm gonna put it in my hand. Gonna fill that in there. Okay. So we are you gonna have the diver hand again.
At this point, do I still need them?
Yep, no, you don't need the torch anymore. So here you're gonna take the instrument. Okay, put it on a tray and then cut off your torch. Show the torch. Alright, and then at that point we are ready to restore. Okay, so then we can do a filling or whatever the doctor needs, but we're not gonna let our patient go with 2 holes open in the video.